For wannabe contenders in Liberia, Baby Joe's House of Pain, right in the center of the capital, Monrovia, is the only gym to train. It was founded decades ago by Baby Joe Boka, Liberia's first professional boxer and one-time international coach. George the Hurricane Pangbai is one of the country's new big hopefuls. The 29-year-old has been boxing since he was a teenager and sees boxing as his main career. But in between training 5 times a week, he still has to work as a personal trainer to earn a living.
I love the game. I know it's not easy for me, but I'm still into it and believe in God that He's going to take me there.
When Baby Joe died in 2006, Atu Koti became the new national coach. Trained by Joe, he boxed internationally for Liberia and represented his country at the 1992 Olympic Games. He now coaches around 30 fighters, but only 13 can train regularly because of the limited space and facilities. But he thinks that boxing has great potential here.
In 2002, we took 4 boxers to Benin for all African Game qualifying, and we brought 2 bronze. In 2006, we took 2 boxers to Abuja for a knockout game, and we brought 1 silver and 1 bronze. So I think if the Liberian government and the Liberian people can support boxing, I think boxing will bring pride to Liberia quicker than maybe any other sport.
In a decade of civil war, hundreds of thousands of Liberians died and much of the country was destroyed. Idi Amin once swam in this pool at Monrovia's Ducal Hotel, now in ruins. Many of George's generation were forcibly recruited into rebel factions and see boxing as a way to heal their wounds.
In the ring, you have to be tolerant, and sometimes you receive some nasty punches, and sometimes you get over angry and pissed off, vexed. Yes, still you have to control your temper so that you can be able to fight constructively because you want to win. And you must be able to respect the rules and regulations governing it in the ring, because there's a ref there, ref in this boxing game. You must respect him first. You must respect your opponent also, no matter what. So it teaches tolerance. That's what boxing does. And I'm being so tolerant since I came to boxing.
When night falls over Monrovia, it's time for the boxers to test their skills in sparring matches against each other. But getting to this level is impossible for most young people who dream of boxing. Unemployment stands at 80%, so it's tough to find enough money to eat, let alone train. And there isn't a standard-sized ring in the whole of Liberia. This one is a donation from Irish peacekeepers, and it's smaller than international boxing rings. Mabu Richards is the country's assistant minister of sports. The annual budget allocated to boxing is only $3,000 US, and sometimes the finance ministry only pays out half of that amount. But he says it's better than nothing.
For the first time in our history, we have budgetary allotments made to the various sporting disciplines, boxing being one of those. So the effort is to try to take focus away from just football. We used to be called the Ministry of Football. We try to give the impression, and we've been trying our best to place some emphasis on other sporting disciplines.
But $3,000 doesn't send boxers to international competitions. George qualified for the 2003 and 2006 West African Championships, but couldn't afford to go. So his plan B is to study management. So on top of training and working, he also attends classes every day at Monrovia's Stella Maris Polytechnic.
I come to school to learn because at the end of the day, when I'm through with boxing, when I have reached my peak as a boxer and decide to retire, I just don't want to be an empty-headed boxer. I want to be somebody that can be capable of working as a manager in an entity, controlling working activities, controlling people, interacting with people, doing my own business, assisting people, and as well even counseling people as a boxer.
Meanwhile, sports journalist Fomba Kane looks forward to the day when talented boxers like George don't have to have a day job to afford to stay in training.
Boxing is a great sport. It's a fantastic sport. Through boxing, perhaps the Liberia as a football nation, we have George Weah, right? And through boxing, maybe we can produce a net Muhammad Ali or Mark Townsend. Who knows? We have the talents here. We have the people here. But again, the support got to be coming. You have to put your money where your mouth is, or else you just be heading nowhere.
But George, not wanting to wait, has decided to pack up and move to Ghana instead, where there are better facilities and more money. If Liberia doesn't start investing in its boxers, then many of the country's most ambitious athletes may decide to follow him.